Every night, the conversation goes live, where opinions are strong, voices are heard, and the chat never sleeps. From breaking topics to unfiltered reactions, this is TripleT Live. Real talk, real time, no script. The stream starts now.
I'm standing at the crossroads. I'm just a lost soul. Standing at the crossroads. 'Cause only God knows I'm such a lost soul. Standing at the crossroads. I'm just a lost soul. Standing at the crossroads. 'Cause only God knows I'm such a lost soul, standing at the crossroads. Lord, if you're listening, I promise if I'm honest, I ain't never been a saint. I'm a son of a gun. Ride like a rebel with a cause, done some time behind them walls. Never broken, but the damage was done. Feel like I'm ready for a win. Please forgive me for my sins. All I ever had, I got out the mud. Mama, like here we go again. Swear the struggle never ends, but to you it's like I already won. Late night on the highway, headed to the next show. Tipping till I'm sitting sideways, really never going home. Holding on to a heartbreak that ain't never gonna heal. It's the only thing that's real. I'm standing at the crossroads. I'm just a lost soul. Standing at the crossroads. 'Cause only God knows I'm such a lost soul. Standing at the crossroads. I'm just a lost soul. Standing at the crossroads. 'Cause only God knows I'm such a lost soul. Standing at the crossroads. It's hard when you're broken all alone. Looking for a way and a place to call home. Got the devil in my ear saying stay right here. The angel on my shoulder saying show no fear. Every choice I make got a price I'll pay. Every mile I go is more dirt on my name. I got rebel in my blood, my spirit never falls. Out here searching for myself in a world bought and sold.
Rebel in my soul, I'm an outlaw, son. Live by the code, I don't answer to none. One foot in the grave and I still ain't done. Laws don't apply when you live by the gun. Dust in my lungs like I came from the slums. Fire in my chest like the beat of a drum. Stand tall in the storm, I ain't never gonna run. Life taught me fast where the real one's
Standing at
from.
the crossroads. I'm just a lost soul. Standing at the crossroads. 'Cause only God knows I'm such a lost soul. Standing at the crossroads. I'm just a lost soul. Standing at the crossroads. 'Cause only God knows I'm such a lost soul. Standing at the crossroads.
What it do, what it do, what it do. What up, everybody? Welcome back to the TripleT channel. I'm your host, TripleT, and tonight, man, we got a very, very special guest for you. Now, I ran into this individual about 2 years ago at an Outlaw Nation event in Ohio, and I've been following him ever since. And let me tell you, he is one of the dopest and the realest, most humblest people you will ever meet. He is the true, the undisputed heavyweight urban cowboy, Mr. J. Michael Phillips.
Hey, what's up, Triple T?
How you doing, man? It's good seeing you again.
Hey, no, it's great to see you for sure. I appreciate you having me on, man.
Man, it's an honor and a privilege to have you on, like for real.
No,
I've been
that's
a
what's up.
huge fan of yours ever since I ran into you at, like I said, in Ohio, and I took a deep dive into your music. And man, when they say real life music, that's what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. I just put my life in the music, and that's what I try to tell everybody is I put my life in the music. I believe that we all live the same life. We just live it a little bit differently as human beings. And if I put my truth and my life into my music, you're bound to find something that relates to yours because we're all living the struggle, making it through these hard times, and I just try to just it's my therapy for real at the end of the day, and I found a lot of people find it as their therapy as well to help them through it.
Heck yeah. Well, look, I did a deep dive on you, so I'm gonna give you a back briefing what I found out about you, and if I said anything that's wrong, feel free to correct me.
Okay,
And this way, I don't have to ask you all those basic questions that you've been asked 1,000 times.
absolutely.
All right. So, J. Michael Phillips, from the age of 2 to 18 years old, you were raised by your mom, and it was you and your sister. And your mom loved playing folk music like Phil Collins, Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, just to name a few. And that was what inspired you to do your music, to include Michael Jackson and the Beatles. Your mom and your grandmother both wrote poetry, which helped inspire you to write poems and music as well. You first Your first live concert you seen, you were at a junior high school in Toledo, Ohio. It was a Players Platinum concert, and it was Too Short, Bone Thugs Harmony, and E40 and Scarface from the Ghetto Boys. And when you were younger, you got signed to a deal in Houston, and Scarface DJ was part owner of that label. Uh, you spent half your life in and out of prison since the age of 15 years old for drug trafficking. Your last charge, you did 8.5 years locked up for drug charges. You grew up in low income housing with your mom and your sister, like I said earlier. Um, when you were when you're last locked up, you came across a you were out on the yard working out, and you heard a song called "Pop the Trunk" by Yellow Wolf. Later that month, you were watching TV in prison, and you heard or you seen Yellow Wolf perform "Pop the Trunk," and he was crowd surfing in a crowd of people. That was not only one solid race; it was a mixture of people, and you pretty much fell in tune with Yellow Wolf's music and him as a person. When you dropped your first album, Urban Cowboy, you tagged Yellow Wolf's manager, Edward Crow. You thought about deleting the post, and 4 days later, you had some fire emojis in your comments from Edward Crow. And later, he signed you and introduced you to Yellow Wolf.
Yeah.
You became really good friends and later signed you to his label, Slum American. Um, Lost my spot for a second. Okay. And you did an album with him. And before you signed, you were in Florida, and Edward Crow called you and said, "Hey, Yellow Wolf was in the studio for 11 days creating beats for you to make an album." And only two tracks out of those beats were actually made the album that you put out with Yellow Wolf. And the last track of the album, you wanted Yellow Wolf on the track, and D Ray helped you write the song. And Yellow Wolf said he wanted the world to see who J. Michael Phillips really was.
Yeah.
Now, did I get anything wrong so far?
Not really wrong. It's pronounced Slum American. I had to say
Slum
that
American. I'm
because
sorry.
Wolf Wolf is a stickler on that, and the gang would be like, "Man, you got to say it properly." But yeah, it's Slum American. But
Slum American.
yeah, but and then um when I was in junior high and I went to the Players Platinum concert. The concert was in Toledo, but I was going to school uh in Findlay, Ohio.
Okay.
Because I've one thing about me is like growing up, I never lived anywhere really longer than 2 years at a time. Um, with a single mother that was just trying to provide for us, and it was just a lot of moving around, and so, but yeah, no, everything else, like, yeah, he was on point.
Now, before you got signed, you figured that you wanted to get off the streets and live a pretty much normal life. So you went and got your CDL license, and
Yeah.
you were going to do a truck ride, be a career as a truck driver. But then couple weeks later, you got end up getting signed anyway.
Yeah. So how that really took place is I just got to the point where I understood that there's nothing that's gonna come from the street life. I've been selling drugs since I was like 13, legit. And always, was for that fast money. Anybody that's in that lane understands, like, the money's fast, and when you're broke, it's easy to turn to that. But a lot has changed. There was always like, you had to be careful and watch out for snitches and stuff. But like now, it's like the thing. Like nobody is really going down for anything by themselves, and
Right.
something that I just had to like stop being so selfish and realize that it wasn't just hurting me, it was hurting my family. They're the ones that were there for me while I was, down. My mom never missed a visit. If I would have allowed her to, she would have been at every visit. But I had to just, distance things, and so I decided to get my CDLs. I wanted to be a owner operator. I had some homies that were owner operators and stuff, and it was, a good time to get into that. And so my moms and pops, they got back together when I was 21, right before I went back to prison again. And it was great because my pop said, he had overcome alcoholism. He was, changed his whole life around. They're very God fearing. About my family's Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're very, just not judgmental. They just, love God, and are always praying for me and stuff. And so I just decided not to, to do something different so that I wasn't putting them through, taking chances of putting them through some more heartache. So I decided to go get my CDLs, and I was having back issues from, I had a bulging disc in my lower back. From lifting weights in prison actually is when it actually started happening, but it was killing my sciatic. My sciatic was crazy. And so I was like literally living off my last like month of truck driving school. I was surviving off of perk 10s, and really, being in the truck moving, and so I had uh an operation set up. Like I was going in for an operation to fix my back, my L4 and L5, and to relieve that sciatic nerve. And it was scheduled for 5 days after my last day of truck driving school. So I had 5 days within that. I had one shot to get my CDLs, and everybody else in my class failed it the first time. I passed it my first time. 3 days later, I got back surgery and I was laid up, and I got to stay at my mother and father's house. And while I was down, my pops was like, "Why don't you, instead of just, I know you're gonna go in and do this truck driving thing, but you have all this great music. Why don't you just give it one last shot and put together a project, and see what happens with it? You know what I mean? You got this time. You're gonna be laid up for like 3 months. I was laid up for 3 months. It was like a 5 month
Hmm.
recovery, and I was laid up for 3 months. It happened in May. My surgery happened in May, so I released Urban Cowboy uh, August 4th, and
2023.
of 2023, and I tagged Edward Crow when I did the reel for Diamond Ring, and it changed my life. It was so I never really followed through and had to drive truck. I was blessed enough to be able to take the shot, and I feel like God blessed me with that because for so long I straddled the streets, and trying to do music and stuff, and once I let go of the street part of it, and really music, like everything changed, and it really started blossoming and blessings started coming.
Shout out to young Mercules in the chat. Appreciate you, Mercules. So I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel that way,
No, absolutely.
but I thank God you got that bulging disc.
No,
Like,
absolutely.
like for real, because if you didn't, we wouldn't have this great music right now.
No, everything. I look at everything that way. People are like, man, do you regret anything? The only thing I regret is the pain that my mother, and my family went through while I was locked up. But I don't regret being locked up. I don't regret the life that I lived, because all of it has come back to fruition now, and I can really help felons and other people that have been through hard times realize that there is no losing in life if you don't give up. If you continue to keep pushing at anything, you can achieve it. And they gave up on me. The streets did not believe when I came out this last time. I had family members. I had heard from all type of people. Nobody told me in my face, but people were telling me that they were saying like it's over with. This dude's about to go right back to what he used to do. He's gonna go right. He's gonna get a life sentence. It's gonna be all bad for him. It's over with musically. Yes, I was talented, always talented, but they just thought it was over with. And I knew in my heart that it wasn't over with, and I just kept pushing. And by the grace of God, man, like everything worked out, and now I'm sitting here talking to you. You know what I mean?
Well, so what I'm about to tell you, it's almost could be written into a song. There's two paths that we all take in life. We could take the hard right, or we could take the easy wrong, right?
Mm,
Now, as men, we always start out on the hard right until we hit the age of puberty. When we hit the age of puberty, that's when we get on that easy wrong, because that's when the devil puts all the temptations in front of you. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then at some point in time in life, we get at a crossroads. And it's funny that we played that as the intro. And you have to decide, do you want to take the hard right or the easy wrong? Now, this is what the hard right is. To me, it is. If I said, J. Michael, I want you to go get me a can of Red Bull, but you'll have to go 1,000 miles east, 1,000 miles north, 1,000 miles west, and 1,000 miles south to get to that can of Red Bull. And along the way, you're going to come across obstacles, trials, and tribulations, right? And the reason why they call it the hard right is because it's hard to do the right thing all the time. Like, be a good person, be good to your neighbor, obey the law, be a good citizen, pay your bills, be a good father, a good husband, things like that, right? The easy wrong is that can of Red Bull could be 100 feet in front of you, but before you get to it, there's 1,000 foot cliff and you'll fall off every time.
Mm,
So we have to choose which path do we want to take.
yeah.
And you were on the hard right, then you went to the easy wrong, and now you're back on the hard right. And God has blessed us all with your talent and your music. So I believe that wholeheartedly.
No, absolutely, man. You're 100% right. And this, I mean, they say careful what you ask for. So many people, unless you're in it, and I know you see it, you're in it. You know what I mean? You're in the mix with us all the time, and you see the grind, and you see people grind, and you
Hmm.
see people fall off, and you've seen people succeed, but it's a very short number of people that succeed because of the obstacles that get thrown in your way. And it's not an overnight thing. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
It's not, we used to think like one song, if I'm so talented, if they hear this song's gonna change everything. And then the song drops and it doesn't do what you expect it to do, and you can either be discouraged and pack it up and be like, oh, this ain't gonna happen ever, or you're gonna keep pushing and make another song and another song and another song and another song, and understand that you got to keep building that catalog of music until that one song does take off. And that's what I've just been so focused on, and I've learned so much from Wolf and being around so many of the guys like Jesse and Justin and just Jam Wayne, Common Tribe, like just I got a lot of homies, man, that are in this music thing and understand that it's the real grind. And it's just like if everybody knew. if you really knew what we went into it, maybe there'd be a little more respect. But you know, it is what it is. And I just am focused on putting out the greatest music that I possibly can, and just keeping it as real as I possibly can.
All right, so let me ask you this, because you dropped your first project in 2023, but you made music for like 6 years prior to that, correct?
Yeah. Oh man, for real, I've been making music for way longer than that. You know, I used to rap, and
You went by F1.
yeah, I went by F1, and even before that, I went by Midwest Philly. I was making music in prison. I linked up with my boy
You had
Stormy
you had a
Day.
you had a friend named Low Fly.
Oh, Fly, my boy
Yeah.
Fly, yeah, and Stormy Day, my boy Tez. You know, I had a lot of homies in the joint. My boy Champ, some really great talent. But you know, we were making music from the joint. We started this thing called Fella Nation, which was a movement that was like, really, we do what we want, they do what they can, and anything we put our minds to, we can do. And we was like, I got when my documentary comes out. You know, when we put this whole documentary together, the things that I was doing in prison to make music, get it out, get it put on iTunes, and just really insane, an insane story. But it's really the foundation of everything that I am now. It's like something that I had to do in order to get here. Um, but the things that we like, you know, I made great music, whether I was rapping or I always sang my hooks. But something changed. Like it was about 7.5 years ago. One of my best friends took a bad pill and he didn't wake up, and
Mm.
so I couldn't rap about it. Like I usually rapped, you know, I always put my life in my music, man, and I just couldn't. I couldn't rap. The song wouldn't come to me, so um, I ended up writing this song called Kitchen, and it's on the Urban Cowboy album. And my son King, my youngest son was about to be born, and he turned 7 in February. So this was well over 7.5 years ago. But I just put my life into it. You know, the struggles I was feeling, the pain I was feeling, the fear I was feeling, and it sent me in the trajectory of urban country. It was literally the first song, and then Chances came after that, um, and Need a Friend, and I had a song called Tennessee that I wrote, and I thought it was too country. I wanted to give it to somebody. I wanted somebody to take it in the country field because I thought it was too country for me. And little did I know I was going to evolve into who I am today, and understanding that I'm street and country. Where I come from, we're country and we're street. You know what I mean? And that you can't go from one city to the next without smelling cow shit and fertilized fields and pig farms and all that. We have all that. We got, you know, there's fools with chickens in town. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you know, as growing up as kids, we didn't like to really own the countryside of us. You know, we were like, we're not country, we're street. You know what I mean? And little did
Hmm.
we know we was country as hell. But we were chasing the music that we were listening to, the idea of the street stuff. And there's still, you know, in Toledo, like, and in Tacoma, Washington, where I came from too. You know, I was back and forth from the West Coast and to the Midwest as a child, and there was a lot of gang activity, and my cousins were selling drugs, you know, and that those were my idols. And I even said in prison, like, you know, I'm everything I ever wanted to be. Because I wanted to be in prison. It was a rite of passage to me. I wanted to be a big dog. I wanted to be tough. I wanted to be feared. I was like, I'm everything I ever wanted to be. Now I just want to be free. And it was like all the things that I ever wanted got me locked up. And so I needed to like change my life and start changing my perspective of what was cool and what wasn't cool. And what's really cool is being there for the ones that need you, the ones that love you, the ones that are always there for you, not worrying about just the friends. I don't have friends anymore. I got family. If you're my boy, you're my family, because I see the difference between family and friends. Friends
Hmm.
disappear, family doesn't. And
That's facts.
it's very important to me.
I'll say one thing, J. Michael. If you ever decided to just go on stage and just talk for an hour, people will pay to hear it because I told you at the rave, the things that you were saying up on the stage in between songs, I felt it. It hit me emotionally because you were saying some real life shit and I resonated with it. And with that being said, if you don't mind, I'm going to play those sound clips just to give people an idea of what you talk about on your set. Okay. So here's J. Michael Phillips at the rave. Not going to hear the music. You're just going to hear him talk to the crowd in between each song.
Get no phone calls, no text, no nothing. I can't see no social media. I love this shit. Yeah. Get back to the good stuff, right? All right, look, where my felons at? Welcome home, fellas. I done spent half my life in prison. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do whatever the fuck you put your mind to. I promise you, against the odds, I'm on this stage. I wish somebody would have told me a long time ago that whatever I put my mind to, I could really do. The only person that can stop you from achieving whatever is you. Don't let nobody stop you, no matter what it is in life. If you don't take nothing from me being on stage, take that. This song, I love this. I love how everybody can get together. Hey, look, where I'm from, we come from, it's urban country for a reason, man. I was built on this country shit with my mama, but I come from the streets, man. I sold drugs my whole damn life. Motherfuckers think shit's so racist on this side. This shit ain't racist on this side. I promise you I see the real shit. And I love y'all. For real, this is America right here. This is what America's built on right here. Not on that demonic bullshit. We on God's country. Amen. Hey, where my couples at? Hey, Justin Time loves this. Every time he see me, he be like, I ain't never burned you a primary. And I got a song called Diamond Ring, right? Let me break it down to y'all. Some of y'all know me, some of y'all don't. What I like to do is I just put my life in the music. I believe we all live the same life. We just live it a little bit differently. Would you agree? So easy to look at somebody and be like, I can't relate to you, but little do you know we live the same life. We just live it a little bit differently. And when you break it down and you get to know somebody, you tend to find out they ain't so bad. A lot of you women have been in some badass relationships where you've been abused, you've been treated like shit, real shit. And some of y'all dudes have done treated your girls like shit. Part of growing up and becoming a man is realizing that we might not think the same, we might not act the same, but we yin and yang, and if we together, we got each other's fucking back. And it's bigger than a ring. I don't take nothing away from a ring, it's bigger than a ring though. If you got a man that'll stand 10 toes down for you, body some shit for you, take a life for you, live that life for you, come back, bring the bacon home, make sure you take care of everything, that's way more important than a ring at the end of the day, because I promise you, all we got is each other. This song's called Diamond Ring. Him and Edward Crowe literally changed my life, man. And I owe everything to them, and I will always owe everything to them. So anyways, I was on tour with Yellow Wolf. I was on the 45 tour. We did 55 cities all over the country. We sold out everywhere we went. There was only 3 shows that we didn't sell out. We missed about like 20 or some shit. And I'm not saying it was because of me. It was obviously because of Wolf. But it was something that was great when I was working with the crowds, and when I was rocking with the crowds. Like I'm an empath, man. I feel energy. I rock with energy. That's how I like to look at every individual face. I like to read the energy of the crowd. Anybody that knows me knows that I read energy real big time. So getting off that tour was a high. And then I came back to my home area. I came back to Toledo. I threw a show and it was very dismal turnout. And I was kind of discouraged for a minute. I kind of felt like they didn't really support me. It was like the bigger I got in this music game, that back home I thought I was better than anybody, when I never changed. I stayed the same person. I'm the same person every time. If you've met me 10 years ago, I'm gonna be genuine until you cause me to be otherwise. I believe in rocking energy heavy. So I made this song after that, and I felt kind of bad, and I was like, we gotta shine the light on things that don't seem to make sense to us. Because once we shine the light on it, it can't be a thing anymore. We can pay attention to it, we can change things. If you've ever tried to do something in life and try to be better in life and people didn't support you, this song's for you. It's called Shine the Light. Phillips on everything you got. I promise you we ain't gonna give you no bullshit. I write music from my heart. I live this life like y'all live this life. I promise if I put my truth in it, you gonna find your truth in it. We living in a world that's trying to divide us. Don't be divided. It's easy to look at somebody and say, oh, I can't relate to them. Let me show you something real quick. None of y'all phones are working, so you ain't gotta worry about that battery going dead. If you've ever lost anybody in your life and you wish they was here with you right now, put a light on. Watch this, look around. I'm gonna show you this. This is the human experience. When you think you can't relate to somebody, relate to this. If you lost somebody, if there's somebody dear to your heart right now in this moment that you would give anything to get them back right now, put a light in the air. Look around. Look how many people relate to you. That's a pain that nobody can match. And unless you've lived it, you don't understand it. But we all got to go through it. And at the end of the day, we all just passing through. We all going to end up together again. It's God's promise. This song's called A Lot of God. Keep your lights in the air, Redneck Rain.
Man, that was powerful. And that last part, that's what really touched me, because then I started thinking about my mom. And that's why I say what you do is real life music, and it's awesome. And I'm just glad that I got a chance to hear and see you perform over the years, because you are a phenomenal artist, like for real.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. It's hard. It's hearing it back, when you're in the moment and you're just speaking from the heart. Uh, and it touches me, like listening to it, listening back.
All right, so I got to ask you this one question, and you've probably been asked this 1,000 times, and I apologize if you have.
No.
How was it when you were locked up, working out, listening to Yellow Wolf's music, and then later in life, you finally get the meeting and then do an album and go on tour? Were you like starstruck at all when you first came across him?
Um, I don't think so. I wasn't starstruck. I was really I was really starting to understand like the power of uh manifestation, not manifestation in the way of like spells and all that stuff. I'm talking about just having something in your mind, the importance of words and thoughts, and continuously bringing something to you. Like, what you put out there is it's the law of attraction. It's a real thing. The words you put out, and I explain it like this, and this is what I learned in this moment, like when, because it was really the whole transition in my life came when my pops was like, put that out, and then I tagged Edward Crow, and then when I doubted for a second that I should have it there, I almost like deleted the post to redo it without tagging him, because I thought it was kind of lame that I didn't know him, and I was like, well, why am I tagging somebody that doesn't know me? And I ended up just fighting against it and allowing that to take place, and it changed everything. And so, well, like, while I'm going through this time period and I'm getting to meet Wolf, and because I knew that once Edward Crow opened the door and accepted me, I knew everything else was possible. And I explain it as, God created the world by what? His word. Let there be light. There was light. Through his word, the Bible says specifically. And then it also says that we were created in God's image.
Facts.
So what makes you think that your words aren't just as powerful? We are
Yeah.
created in God's image. We are creators. We might not be the creator, but we are creators. We are in his image. And so our words, we create our reality. If we always sit there and we're like, man, life sucks. This sucks. That sucks. We see the bad in everything. Guess what? It's going to keep sucking. And we're going to keep seeing the bad, and it's only going to get worse. But if you change your outlook on things and you see the glass is half full, and you're like, man, this happens. And what I call it is pivoting. I pivot. When something doesn't work out, I pivot. I always have I don't have time to pay attention to the negative aspect of what didn't happen. I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. I just pivot. That wasn't meant for me. Okay, this is meant for me. This is the way to go. And so when that happened, and I started being around Wolf, and I even told Wolf, like when what happened was I signed with Zilla. I went down there with my dude Laz at the time, and Laz is the one that even brought Zilla to my attention, and he had sent Zilla a package with me like with a picture of me and everything. Zilla's like he didn't even open the music at all, didn't listen because he seen me and thought I was another rapper and he just wasn't interested. So what made it happen was when I tagged him in that song Diamond Ring and I'm performing it inside a jewelry store. That is what got his attention, and he's like, okay. And so it moved forward from there. We went down to Nashville, had a meeting with him and Benji, which is Sebek management. And um, Zilla's like, man, you're so dope. By the end of that meeting, we shook hands and we had a deal locked in, and the paperwork came afterwards. But he was like, look, we were supposed to drive back up to Ohio the next day, and he was like, if you guys can stay, Wolf's shooting a video tomorrow. I would love for you to meet Wolf and be in the video off the new album War Story. And the uh dang well, I gotta think of the name of the song for the video. It's where we're all on the racetrack, like the drag racing. And but anyway, so I met Wolf at that time, and Wolf is very different individual. Like he's very cautious. He's been in the game a long time. He's seen a lot, and he doesn't trust people easily. And so, we didn't just at it. But we did become friends over time. And as that was happening, um, in my mind, yeah, there would be moments where I'd be like, I'm hanging out with Yo Wolf, like from the yard, like, and I would tell Wolf, we'd be working out. Wolf is a fanatic when it comes to running or exercising. That dude has this weird, like, supernatural ability to run 10 miles, like, out of nowhere while he's smoking a cigarette. And, like, he'll run you under the table. And uh, one day specifically, we were running along the river, and we stopped for a break and we were walking a little bit, and I was just like, bro, I was like, this is so crazy to me, dog. Like I used to listen to you working out on the yard, and now we're working out along the river, like on our way to something bigger and better. And he would just smile and just be like, he was amazed at my outlook on life. He'd be like, bro, why are you always so like you're always happy. You can't even come in a room without smiling, and everybody's smiling. You know what I mean? And that's how we started Smile Gang. Me and Edward Crow started talking about Smile Gang because he's like, bro, your smile is infectious. And I'm like, yeah, because it can take the tension. Like people can look at me and I could be aggressive looking as hell, and it'll change the whole energy in the room. But if I come in and I smile, then it's natural for someone to smile back, and it creates good energy and immediately. And so that's when we started Smile Gang. So like Wolf, it became a thing that we were just always good energy. And when we went on the 45 tour, Wolf even said, I've never been on a tour that had no problems and that was just such great energy. It was an amazing tour. The 45 tour was just amazing. It was such a blessing, and it gained me so many fans, because our album came out while we were on tour. And so you got to see like people really not know me well and be paying attention, and maybe like 10 people knowing the words to the song, to like by the end of the tour, like 1,000 people are singing, you know what I mean, and know who I am. And We really created something great, you know, a family. Like I became a part of the slum family, and they accepted me with open arms, and I'll rep that to the death, whether I'm signed with Wolf or not. But it's been a blessing, man. It's really been a blessing. And yeah, there was times where I looked at it, I was never starstruck though. I was just always like in awe of where I ended up. You know what I
Yeah, but at
mean?
some point you did have to kind of like pinch yourself and say, "Is this really real right now?" You
Oh, it
know?
would happen a lot at Wolf's house when I
Yeah.
wake up in the morning and I'll be like in this 4-story mansion up in, you know what I mean? Like I'm used to waking up in a 8 by 12 cell, you
Right.
know what I mean? And I'm waking up in like on the second floor, Wolf's up on the fourth floor, and you know what I mean? Like in his house, and I'm like, you know, what is life right now? Um, but
That's gotta
yeah,
be an
man.
awesome feeling.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing thing, and but just understanding that even with Wolf, like he's driven, he's never content. He's continuously driven. He's got a clothing brand. He's got alcohol. He's like, bro. He's like, I'm gonna give you the wave. He's like, bro. He signed me for one album, bro. Like they wanted me for 6 albums. We agreed to one album, not knowing that the one album was gonna be with Wolf. He was gonna literally give me the blessing, open the door, let me in the game, and say, "Bro, ride the wave. It's on you. It's on you now. What are you gonna do with it?" And he told me many times. He was like, "Bro, when this album drops, bro, it's on you to keep the pedal mashed down. It's on you. I want to sit back and see you. What's the arena down in Nashville? Uh, Dang man,
I don't know.
I be
I'm
forgetting.
not
But
familiar
he
with
was like, I want to
Nashville.
sit back. He's like, I want to sit back in box seats and just eat popcorn and watch you rock the arena. You know what I mean? And
Well, I don't
I
think
know the
you
name of it. I just can't think right now.
I don't think you've let him down because you've definitely been killing it.
Oh no, I thank you, man. I appreciate it. I got so much. We got so much. We dropped Crossroads. We just dropped In the Woods
With
with
Jam Wayne, yeah.
and Common Tribe, bro. And that record we got picked up on a 5 editorial playlist already. So they got a Spotify, Apple. We're about to be on the Apple Music. They just picked us up for that. Uh, all the like 5 of the big ones, and so it's like it's unheard of for independent artists, which we are now. Um, to get that blessing, and I got so much music on the way. I'm touring with Struggle Jennings for the my I always say my last name, but it's the last name tour. And we're gonna be in Chattanooga on Friday, and just running through Tennessee and just having a time, man. It's just such a blessed. We got to do the Redneck Rave 10th anniversary,
Yeah.
right? And then quiet is kept, and I'm not gonna put the all the stuff out there, but Justin and Savannah FaceTime me,
Bridgestone Arena.
and Bridgestone. There it is, Bridgestone Arena. Man, my bad. But Justin and Savannah messaged me or called FaceTime me yesterday when as soon as I got out of the movie with my son, and we got some really dope things coming up, man. And it's so great, man. And
Now
I found out.
are you gonna be at the Summer of Sins?
Oh, you better believe it, bro. I'm gonna be at Summer of Sins. Highlight and Doobie is my brothers, man. Me and Doobie got a crazy record together called Faded, and we just finished up the video on that. So like, man, so much. Me and Mariah Faith got a song called "Howl at the Moon" that's really gonna change things, and it's my first duet with a female artist. Um, Really excited about that, man. I'm just really excited about all the dope music coming up. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
going to the Summer of Sins. It'll be my first one.
Oh, bro, it's gonna be insane. Last year was dope. This year is gonna be insane. Highlight done. I don't know what he figured out, who he was talking to, but whatever he's doing, it's about to. I wouldn't doubt if there was 10,000 people, and I'm not even bullshitting, not even a little bit. I would not doubt if there was 10,000 people there this year. It's gonna be
Yeah, I asked
crazy.
me if I can come and do the media part, and he said for sure. And I was like, bet I'll be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a time, bro. It's gonna
All
be a
right.
time.
So when you were on the 45 tour, this is a kind of a funny story. You and Yellow Wolf were out riding around one night and he seen this billboard and he wanted to get a picture of it. So you helped him climb up this building to get on to take a picture of it standing beside this billboard. How crazy was that? And what was going through your mind knowing that he's high up in the air like that and could possibly get injured?
Bro, it wasn't no regular stuff. It was in LA and it was a billboard for the War Story album. And me, Edward Crow, and Wolf were in a Uber, and we got out on the corner and Wolf was like, "Man, I want to take a picture up there." So we jumped out the Uber, shot across the street. We got video of this too. I don't know why we haven't even I want to put something together and maybe drop it here soon. But I might save it for the documentary. I don't know, but like I'm lifting him up, and Zilla Edward Crow was like filming it and taking pictures and stuff. And Wolf gets up there, so he has to get up on top. It's a billboard that's on top of a building. So I had to help him get up on top of the building, and then uh this ladder that goes up to it wasn't no regular ladder. This thing was so like it was like all rusted out, pieces missing. And I'm like, man, bro, like, and Wolf was like, fuck it, just scaled that shit. Took a dope ass photo out. I don't know how he got down. He like jumped down, jumped off the back of the bill. We like met him on the ground on the back of the bill because we were going back there to help him get off, and he just ended up jumping down. He's like Superman for real. And yeah, man, it was so dope. Like Wolf showed me I got to see so much and learn so much. I thought I knew so much about the industry, and I'm still learning so much daily.
For sure.
Shout out to my team Sly, my DJ Full Throttle, Mark Hicks, everybody that helps Blue, everybody that helps hold this together and is moving through this journey with me and literally sacrificing to make sure that I make it to the places I need to be. Because listen, I'm not rich yet. I haven't hit the big song yet. A lot of people like to think that you get to this position and you're just a multi-millionaire overnight, and it's not that way. It's a grind, and
For sure.
it takes a team. It takes a team of people that truly believe in you. And I'm blessed to have them, and I'm just learning and learning and learning. But I think I've learned enough right now to get to the next level, and I think that's what's happening.
Well, when you dropped your first project in 2023, like I said, you were making music many, many years before that. Why did why did why did you wait so long to drop any music?
um it wasn't I like to have a plan. I don't like to just throw stuff at the wall. And
Right.
I was just like, you know, one of the dudes that I was locked up with, his name's Jeffrey Swank. He was in a band with me. He was my guitarist at Allen when I was locked up in Allen in Lima, Ohio. And I stayed in touch with him. And he did a lot of stuff in Nashville when he got home from prison. And he told me, like, as I got closer, like around the same time, my pops was like telling me that I need to take it seriously and just go ahead and drop it one time before I finish healing and before I take this trucking industry seriously. Uh, Jeffrey told me, he was like, "Bro, you're doing something that nobody's doing. You've been doing it, but pretty soon, I'm hearing it. People are gonna be doing what you're doing, and you need to just drop it. You need to just start dropping you need to put some music together and just throw it out there." And between him and my pops saying that, and um that's what really pushed me to start releasing some music, because I still wasn't I don't know if I didn't have a fear. I just didn't want to waste it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't understand like how things worked. And I mean, it's a blessing that I didn't throw it out, early. You know what I mean? It worked in the timing that it needed to take place. I always believe it's not on our time, it's on God's time. And that was the right time. And
Facts.
the stars aligned and everything was right for it to drop. And literally less than a month of me dropping it, I was in a position that was light years ahead of anything I've ever been in.
Well, coming up, when you were coming up and you were out on the streets doing what you were doing, how has become a father, now that you're a father, how has that changed your life when it comes to doing music? If you,
Um, so this is I do it for them. At the end of the day, like I do it for my kids. Because I don't, I've been a father, bro. I've been not no, I've been a father. I haven't been a
your
dad.
dad,
You know what I
right?
mean? Like I didn't understand what it meant to be a dad. I've been a father. I fathered kids. You know what I
Right.
mean? While I was from the time I was 15, I had my daughter when I was 15. Um, and then her mom had, her dude, and he was her dad. Like while I'm going through prison, her stepdad became her dad. And that's how, prison took a lot away from me, you know what I mean? And it was a very immature mindset that I had, and not understand, and me growing up without a dad, I didn't understand what a dad was for real too. You know what I mean? I got to see my dad every once in a while, but I didn't really get to experience that growing up. We literally lived so far away from him that I didn't get to grow up with my dad for real. And now we're making up for that, even now, what I mean, it's still like making up time for that. But me understanding like everything I do, and the reason I go so hard and I grind so hard, and I'm taking it so seriously, is because I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave something for my kids. I don't want them to be like my dad was a gangster, and stayed in and out of prison, and a drug dealer, and he was tough. Like, no, my dad loved us. My dad stayed on the road doing shows, being away from us, doing all the things that, that's the sacrifice. It's hard for me to be away from my kids. It's hard for me to talk about it. but
Oh, it's understandable. It's
but it's
understandable.
but it's the sacrifice, what I mean? That's the sacrifice. When they say, you sacrifice your soul, like, to me, that's what this is. And me and Wolf used to talk about it all the time. Like, you have to sacrifice the time with your family and your kids growing up and all that, to be out here on the road. And struggle deals with it. I talk to struggle all the time, and he just had a baby, and he's
Yeah.
right back on the road, and he got a baby that's, you know, needs him, and is in the
Mhm.
hospital, but his whole family needs him, because he's the breadwinner. He's the one
Yeah.
that's taking care of the family, so he has to be out on the road, getting the bag, and and that's what a father does. That's what a true dad does, is sacrifices themselves in order to take care of their family. And I had to learn that. It took me a long
Facts.
time to get to that point, but now I understand it. And I just, when when my kids look back on dad when dad's gone, it's gonna be great things, and I'm making sure of that.
Well, I said this to Jesse Howard many, many years ago. And I don't know if maybe you haven't thought about it like this, but you do realize every time that you go on a podcast or make a music video, you're making a time capsule for your future generations, your kids, your grandkids, your great 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 grandkids can look back and
Mhm.
say, "Yo, that was my great great grandfather, or that was my father." So everything that we do on social media, it's a time capsule for our future generations to look back on and see what we were doing. And I think that's kind of cool if you think about it.
Absolutely. I just want them to know I love them.
Yeah. All right. So I got two more questions for you.
Okay.
Um, and this goes by what kind of in the soundbite that you said at the Redneck Rave, because I hear this all the time when I talk to people about the country rap lane. A lot of people think there's a lot of racism in the
Mm.
country rap lane and at the Redneck Rave. You've been you've been around all these artists that's in the country rap lane at the Redneck Rave. You've been out on tour with them. You deal with the fans. What do you say to people to try to convince them that, hey, we're just normal people like everybody else?
I just I try to lead by example. You know what I mean? I'm mixed. I'm
Hmm.
mixed. I tell when everybody's be like, man, what are you? Like what? Like I know I have everything in me except for Arabic and Asian. That and I have brothers who are Arabic and I have brothers who are Asian. I have people like of of all backgrounds. And at the rave, bro, it's I just I just try to tell everybody, come on out, man. You're gonna see that it's not what you think it is. It's one of the best things. And I was just reading a post that Savannah Dexter had just put up, talking about the rave. And that was her first rave. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And she was like, she's heard all these things and people think it's this or that, but it's so much just love and respect. I haven't seen one fight. You know what I mean? I haven't. If there might be a fight, people might have disagreement or something, but I ain't seen it. And I'm
I
out in the
haven't either.
mix. I've all the way
Yeah.
been out in the mix. You know what I mean? It's just great times, and that's how it seems to be at like all the mudding events and stuff that I've been at. I had the pleasure of T&O Off-Roads and Big Buck Beezy and them, my boys Crazy Dave and all them. Like they've had me, out in the mix, and it's like all I see is love and good energy. Like we ain't on demon time. We on God's time. And that's what I
Facts.
want. You know what I mean? Nothing against the hip hop world and what's going on, to each your own, but I can't be on demon time. I gotta be on God's time. And that's what I'm on, man. I'm trying to bring light to the world. I'm trying to rep God to the fullest and good energy and being the best person you can be and loving each other and having respect for each other. I'm not trying to kill nobody. I don't think that's a badge of honor to me to take a life. It's not. Um,
It's definitely not.
yeah, no, man. I rather love you than hate you. Cause I
Mhm.
can't I can't be a part of that type of world. I don't want to run on low vibration. I'm on a high vibration right now. I'm on a high frequency and it's working. And that's what's working. All my life I've been on low vibration in the mix with low vibration, and all it's got me is pain and heartache, and my mother pain and heartache and loss. And now that I'm running on that high frequency, man, it's blessings on blessings on blessings and great people, and that's what I'm enjoying right now.
Somebody put in the chat that you must be related to New Breed because you look alike.
Hey, it's fun. It's hilarious, bro. So I haven't met Newbury yet. Um, but Jesse's my brother. Ohio, stand up. But I
You
was
do
at
kind of look like him for real.
stop playing with me, bro. But nah, he must be. He's a good looking young man. No, but no, I think like when I was at that first Outlaw Nation show that I met you at,
Yeah,
people were coming up to me asking me
that's
for my autograph, and I think they thought I was New Breed. I think that's what they were thinking the whole time. And because I was like, I was fresh, bro. I was like, I just signed. I didn't even sign my deal with Slim American yet. I was like, oh shit. But the whole time they probably looked at that like, this don't say dude. Like, what kind of signature is this? J. Michael Phillips. Is that must be his real name? Like, you know what I mean? But no,
oh, that's
I look forward to meeting homie though. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's gonna happen soon. It'll probably happen at the July. I pull up at the July third show.
that
Is it the
that's
third?
hilarious. All right, so what can the fans expect from J. Michael Phillips in the future?
Just great music, life music, great visuals. Um, I don't half-ass anything. I'm not gonna put. I don't make shitty music. You can go through my whole catalog.
And you're
Um,
100% correct on that.
yeah, like people. If you see somebody like say something negative about me in the comments, like who is he or I don't know him, it's because they haven't looked, and once they do, they realize if they're human, if they're really in tune with themselves, and they really listen, they'll see that it's real life music, and I tend to be able to. I'm able to sing about things that the average person can't sing about without looking corny. um I do it in a way. I just keep it real, and I can sing about things with the confidence that I have. That's not going to be lame. It's not going to be corny. It's going to be great music. It's going to be, and I don't even try, but I really don't cuss in my music like that
I
at
was
all.
That's what I was another thing I would say. You
It's
don't curse words in
so
your music.
so it's music that you can listen to with your family. You can listen to it with your elders, your grandparents, everybody. Some of my I got fans from the youngest of age to the oldest of age, and they message me all the time, or their families message me and send me little videos of their kids like singing the music and stuff, and I love that because it's very important to me because I'm very protective of my kids of what they take in because we
For sure.
influence. I was
For sure.
influenced in life by music, and it sent me in the wrong direction. And I like to think and believe that I'm making music that will send people in the right direction.
For sure. Okay. So this is the last part. I'm gonna put you in the hot seat.
Okay.
So this is what we call. I'm gonna ask you 30 quick fire questions, and all you gotta do is whatever comes to your mind, just answer it. This way the fans get to know you on a personal level. Okay.
Okay.
What's your favorite snack?
Oh, you're like firing off. My favorite snack. I'm such a bro. Sweets. I'm terrible, bro. I whatchamacallits, I go crazy on them. Like I'm a terrible candy head, bro. I'm
Okay.
terrible with it.
What's your favorite chip?
My favorite chip, jalapeno. I love jalapeno crunchy jalapeno chips.
Favorite soda?
Mountain Dew.
Good man.
It's terrible.
I know, but it's good. Favorite fast food restaurant?
Oh man, I've been going this lately. I've been going crazy with Popeye's spicy chicken sandwiches, man. It's a
Yes.
thing.
Yes. Favorite ice cream?
um, I love chocolate with marshmallows, so like it could be like Rocky Road, but I love all types of ice cream. I really don't have a favorite.
Favorite beer?
Oh, I like Corona.
Favorite hard liquor?
I'm Jack.
Okay.
I'm black label Jack all day, bro.
Now this one, everybody tells me to pass and they'll come back to it. Favorite rap song of all time?
Favorite rap song of all time. Uh, bro, like for real. Dang, that's hard, bro. That is hard.
All right, I'll let you think about it.
Yeah.
Favorite country song of all time?
Uh, Favorite country song of all time.
Yep.
It's gonna be so corny when I say this, man, but like my greatest memories is being with my mom and us singing Elvira by the Oak
Yeah,
Ridge
that's
Boys,
a fire
bro.
ass song.
Bro, that
Bapa bapa
bop. Like
bow ma.
as a
Yeah.
kid, like that was just my funny. So it brings a lot of memories. I'm not saying it's the greatest song, but it's definitely, and Kenny Rogers, The Gambler, was one of my favorites too as a kid.
Okay. Favorite mainstream artist?
Um,
Could be any genre.
I, I love Posty for real. I love
Okay.
post music. Yeah.
Favorite independent artist?
Um, Favorite independent artist would definitely be Wolf.
Okay. Favorite collaboration? Doesn't have to be with you. It could be somebody from the past, the present, whatever. If you could put your favorite collaboration together, what would it be?
I would love to collaborate with Jelly. That
There you
would be
go.
dope.
Favorite TV show presently?
Um, Peaky Blinders,
Okay. Favorite TV show of all time?
Dukes of Hazard,
Good one. Favorite comedy movie?
Happy Gilmore.
Favorite horror movie?
Oh, I'm not a big horror fan, bro. Like I, my favorite horror movie. Oh, The Shining.
All right. Favorite action movie?
Um, Tropic Thunder.
It's a good one. Favorite sneaker?
uh, I love my Jordans.
Favorite sport?
MMA.
Okay. Favorite college football team?
Ohio State, baby. Buckeyes. Yeah.
Favorite pro football team?
Um, I really don't have a favorite. I don't really have a favorite right now.
Okay, so you're a Steelers fan. Cool.
I mean, Ben Roethlisberger's from where I'm from, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Favorite athlete of all time?
Michael Jordan.
Good one. Favorite
Yeah.
hobbies?
Uh, Music is obviously probably not even a hobby anymore now, right? It's my career, so I can't say
Hmm.
music, but uh, working out and in art, like painting and stuff. I'm gonna definitely get more into painting.
Favorite actor to play you in a movie?
uh, to play me in a movie. Oh man, I have no idea at this point. I don't really pay attention.
Okay. Favorite book to read to the kids?
To read to the kids, the Bible.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Favorite thing to do with the family?
Um, just hang out, enjoy. Swimming is a great thing. Just hanging out and spending. Oh, fishing. I'm lying. Fishing is what my family does for real quality time. We go fishing.
Okay.
Actually, I just took my boys fishing, Cash and King, and they both oh wait, it said, and they both King. It was King's first time fishing. He caught 12, and Cash caught 11. Uh, Smallmouth bass and bluegill, and they went crazy, and we had an amazing time just like last week.
I don't know if you
Shout
figured
out
it
to my
out. Did you figure it out? So
what's
one
that?
caught 12, one caught 11. You add those two together, that's 23. That's Jordan's number.
Oh,
That's
let's
pretty.
go.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, huh?
Shout out to Ohio Legends, the hookup. My boy Brian took us out and took it to the honey hole, bro. It was hitting. So it was an amazing time, man. I love that.
Favorite thing you love to do while on tour?
Um, just interact with the crowd. Just like being on stage and interacting is great. I really enjoy that, but I really the deepest and the most personal things that happened were after I got off stage and went back to the merch booth and got to like have one-on-one conversations with people, and that's when you really get to learn like what the power of your music, man. I don't think there was a night that went by that tears didn't come from my eyes. You know what I mean? Like hearing people that over had to go through cancer, um chemo and stuff like that, and you said in depression and all these things that your music affects people that their mom loved my music and bought the tickets and she passed away the week before and they came like heavy heavy
Yeah.
stuff. So like that's what I enjoy, is getting a one-on-one time with people.
All right. So I'm going to come back to the favorite rap song of all time. You want to take a stab at it?
Boys in the Hood
That's
by
a good one. That's, that's a
NWA.
good one. So there you have it, folks. Now you know 30 personal things about J. Michael Phillips on a personal level. J.
Absolutely.
Michael, I just want to say this has been an honor and a privilege. I'm a huge fan of your music. I'm a huge fan of you as a human being. I will do anything you ever. If you call me up and say, "Hey, I need you to do it," I'm gonna do it because that's how much I believe in you as a person, as an artist. I think you are freaking awesome. You're definitely in my top five of human beings to be around, and I think more. I wish more artists would follow the things you say, the way you move, the way you talk to people. And if they did, this world would be a much better place to live in. You are very inspiring. You motivate people. You get people to think outside of the box. And like I said, I've been following you for the last 2 years from the first time I met you all the way up till now. I love everything that you do, and I'm a huge, huge fan of you as an artist and as a human being, like for real. So
Thank
thank
you.
you for doing this. This is definitely one of the highlights of my YouTube career, is to be able to get somebody like you on this panel. And I, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
It's been an honor, brother. I appreciate you, Triple T, for real. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon, Bubba.
Oh yeah, you're going to you're going to see a lot of me
Yes.
this year. Trust me,
Let's go.
because everywhere there's going to be a show, I'm popping up as much as I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I,
Absolutely.
like I said, I do appreciate you, and I know that you're busy and you got to go. And I'm gonna go ahead and play one of your songs.
What about In the Woods, man? You gotta play the In the Woods. It's going crazy right now. By me, Common Tribe, and Jam Wayne. It just dropped. We just got picked up by 5 major playlists. And yeah, it's about to be the song of the summer, Bubba.
Where did y'all shoot the video at?
We shot it down in Gadsden, Alabama, down in Jam Wayne's property down there.
Yeah, I
What a
heard his
time,
property
man.
is beautiful.
It's so beautiful. It was a hell of a time, man. And shout out to Carlton Banks, man, who shot the video. It's just amazing. Everybody that came out for that. We're gonna go crazy. And
Heck,
I ask everybody, please just add that song. Add Crossroads when that drops with me and Jesse Howard and Just in Time. Add that to your playlist. But right now you can go to wherever you listen to music and add In the Woods by J. Michael Phillips, Common Tribe, and Jam Wayne to your playlist, and you won't regret it. I promise.
heck yeah. So, chat. Here's Common Tribe, J. Michael Phillips, and Jam Wayne. In the Woods. Let's get it.
We spent our summer nights on a bucket of ale. We got 2 tequila bottles drunker than hell. The fire's burning, the car's off the rail. We won't see no daylight till somebody's in jail. Everybody knows it goes down in the moonlight. Everybody knows it goes down in the woods. Everybody knows we're in tight in the evening. Everybody knows. Oh, everybody knows. Oh, we get down in the woods, in the woods, in the woods. Oh, we get down in the woods, in the woods, in the woods. Oh, we get down in the woods, in the woods, in the woods. Oh, we get down in the woods, in the woods, in the woods. There ain't no 2 ways about it. We get down, boy, where I'm from. We been out in them fields, down in them hills ever since we was young. All I got is my reputation. Generations gonna know my name. Even the law proceed with caution. I suggest you do the same. You ain't gotta act up, holler for some backup. When it get to going down, ain't no getting back up. Big dog, big hog, get him with a jigsaw. Tip a little moonshine, get a little ticked off. Get down, act up, buddy better back up. Get a little, get it, gonna hit him like a Mack truck. Not go sleep, leave him in the nosebleeds. We didn't even fight fair, everything OP. It goes down in the moonlight. Everybody knows. It goes down in the woods. Everybody knows. We're in tight in the evening. Everybody knows. Oh, everybody knows. Oh, we get down in the woods, in the woods, in the woods. Oh, we get down in the woods, in the woods, in the woods. Oh, we get down in the woods, in the woods, in the woods. Oh, we get down in the woods, in the woods, in the woods.
Deep in the woods, got lost, but he found life. Love Mother Earth, me and her grow buds. On the side of the mountain, turned mud in my jug. It's about to go down, shotgunning them suds. In the mud machine with Celine Dixie. Whiskey, no ice, Papa picking no fire. In the dirty south, keeping it filthy. Nosy ass top, and I blacken their eyes with some black eyed peas. Turning greens in a ham. Hard to know, kinfolk eating good round here. Where you run your lip, you gon' get your jaw drop. This going down like chugging on beer, like busting on deer, like jugging online. Everybody know when the cold wind blow, time to get outside and get wild in the moonlight. Moonshine, holiday, pop a head roll.
It goes down in the moonlight. Everybody knows. It goes down in the woods. Everybody knows. Where it's at in the evening. Everybody knows. Oh, everybody knows. Oh, we get down in the woods, in the woods, in the woods. Oh, we get down in the woods, in the woods, in the woods. Oh, we get down in the woods, in the woods, in the woods. Oh, we get down in the woods, in the woods, in the woods.
Man, that was fire. Shout out to J. Michael Phillips for coming up tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed this interview. And it was, like I said, it was an honor and a privilege to talk to him on this panel. So I appreciate everybody coming out. Y'all know the deal. Stay strong, stay safe, stay blessed. I'm Triple T. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a blessed one. Have a good night, folks.